Alright. Hello everybody. We are playing Satisfactory. We're just landing now.
Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal.
Alright, let's get out of this
exploration
pod.
suit nominal. Pioneer acceptable.
Wow. Pioneer acceptable. Can't forget that multi-tool.
Congratulations. You are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2,
Massage
ABC, in the binary system of Akicha.
Akicha. Okay. Alright. So.
Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
Alright. We're doing the onboarding.
First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fix-It procedure and equip the Fix-It Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Okay. So, tab. That's my Xeno Zapper. Guess I'll put it here. F.
Next objective.
Dismantle
the drop pod. Fix-It incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Okay.
Next objective. Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub.
Useful.
If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources. Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fix-It, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences.
What is this?
Store this potential resource for later use.
Copper ore.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fix-It to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna adjust this sensitivity real quick. I'll be back. Okay, that feels a little bit better. It was a bit too high for me, so I just lowered it. Okay, so V to bring up the resource scanner. The only thing I can scan for is iron ore right now. I think that might be it over there. Oh, they're all over. Okay, let's just run over to this one. Okay, so this isn't my first time playing. But it's been a while. And because this is my first video on this channel about Satisfactory... Oh, there's an enemy over there. I wanted to not skip the onboarding, so in case you're following along. Yeah, these guys, they'll stop if you're able to hit them. Okay, so they drop this thing, hog remains. We can turn that into
Samples
biomass
of new alien species acquired.
later on.
Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt. Interrupting previous message for higher priority message.
That's nice. I got the iron ore.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
Okay, so they want me to build it around here. I'm gonna go clear up this area real quick. So these leaves will also be useful because I can use them to make biofuel to power some generators later on. And some trees like this, you can still remove them. You just need a chainsaw, which you'll get later on. So these are my inventory items. I'm going to press Q, build this hub. Okay. I'm using my scroll wheel to turn it around. I don't want it too close, so I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to have to move this later on anyways.
Hub foundation built. The hub
Alright.
terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful fix-it pioneer,
terminal?
but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
Okay, so we need to look at the terminal here. Tier 0, hub upgrade 1. Okay, so these are the rewards that I'm going to get. And I need to have iron rod. And that needs some processed iron ore. And I can make it in the crafting bench, so let's select that milestone. Okay, so that's my inventory over here. I need to get 10 rods to put that in there, and this should light up. So let's see. How much do I need for... Okay, so I can make 26 ingots, and each rod is 1 ingot. So let's just make a few of these. So I don't have to hold this button. You can press and hold it with your mouse. But if you press spacebar, that automatically holds it and it crafts. Okay, I can make more than 10 now. This is the number that indicates how many I can make. Let's go ahead and make 10 of those. Okay, I can turn that in now. Can I just shift click them? Yep. Alright. Okay, so it gave me this
Hub
frame.
upgrade 1, storage and frame, completed.
Gave me this
Equipment like
storage
the
box.
portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 2.
What is that? Copper. Alright, I picked up some. Okay, so they want me to finish hub upgrade 2. That'll give me access to all of this stuff. I need cables. No wait, cables are the reward. So I have iron plates and iron rods. 10 plates and 20 rods. Okay, looks like I'll need more iron. But before we get to that, I'm gonna open up this equipment workshop. I need 6 plates for that. Do I have enough? Just... Okay, 6 plates. And... Yep. Okay, so let's make this over here. And what I'm gonna look for is something called a portable miner, which she mentioned. Okay, so that looks like 10 iron, 2 iron plates, and 4 rods. That should help me gather the iron ore automatically. Okay, that's enough for now. And we're gonna go back to the workbench here. And we're gonna get those going. Okay, let's make maybe 10. And then let's make the rest of them into rods. Okay, let's go check that out again. So yeah, so it's only 2 and 4 actually. So let me make a couple of these. Okay, so let's walk over to this iron ore node, and then we're gonna open up our inventory. This we will put in our hands so we can place it. Okay, left mouse button to place miner on iron ore node. Let's do that. Oh, I still have another one, so I can put this one on there too. Okay, so then it'll do its opening up, and then it's gonna mine for me. Very cute. And in a while, when you open this up, you'll see it's starting to gather some iron ore. It says 40 per minute. I think there is a cap here at 99, but we'll see. Okay. So now, let's take a second look at that rewards. Sorry, not the rewards, but the requirements. So we need 20 rods and 10 plates. So let's go ahead By now, it should have gathered quite a few iron ore. So I'm going to grab those. And we'll get to processing them. Okay, that should be enough for now. Let's make 20 rods. And then make sure you have 10 plates. Yep. So let's select that milestone. And we're going to turn this in. Oh, that was fast. Okay, so it gave us this
Hub
little room.
upgrade 2, power and shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled.
Oh.
Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective, complete Hub upgrade 3.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can use this wood and this grass for this biomass thing. So this is where the fuel goes. We're gonna throw some grass in there. Sorry, leaves. So it uses 80 per minute. It makes 20 megawatts of power. Alright, so let's go ahead and start our Hub upgrade 3 milestone. Okay, so it's looking for iron plates, iron rods, and wire. Alright. Okay, so if you look at my hotbar down here, you can see I can build power lines. Power lines require cables which are made using copper. Just so happens that I have copper in here, so let me just make some ingots. Okay, so with the ingots you can make wire, and with the wire you can make cables, as you can see over here. I'm just gonna make a few cables. Alright. Okay, so what do we need? We need the resource scanner, and whereas before we could only scan for iron ore, we can now start scanning for copper ore. So we know where the iron ore is, it's right in front of us, so let's find out where this copper ore is. That's a cool sound. Okay, looks like the closest one is over there. You can see on the top with my compass, if I just turn around, I can see how far away each node is. So this way is my closest one, it looks like. Because I'll be needing to harvest quite a bit of copper, I'm gonna bring one of my portable miners with me. So let's see. Let's make sure I can let me just grab one of these just so it can help me, so I can pick up the miner. And yes, the cap is at 100 over here. Pick that up. We're gonna run over to that copper deposit, and I think it's that piece of rock sticking up over there, but let's just scan it again. I'm holding left shift to sprint. Up here. Okay, so there's a little dude again. Excuse me. Okay, so he is guarding the resource, but okay, I guess they're called hogs. Okay, so let's bring this into my hand, and then we're gonna deploy it again. And I'm gonna just take this big piece out because this piece will stop me from placing a miner later on. Okay, so even if it's not fully set up, it's already picking up some copper. Quick search. Oh, so that's N key. Let me just open up wire. Okay, wire, 1 copper ingot for 2 wire. So I only need 10 copper ingots. So this is probably more than enough. Let me just head back now. my crafting bench is on the hub, which is over there. So, quick. Alright. Okay, so let me also grab some iron ore so that I can start with the plates and the rods as well. Okay, so I have some crafting to be done. So I'm gonna speed through this and we'll see you back in just a second. Okay, so we're all done now. So let's shift click those into the hub terminal and then we're gonna upgrade.
Hub Upgrade 3, Interior Furnishing, completed.
All
The
right.
constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fix-It's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fix-It pioneers are only human, and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
Alright, so let's look at Hub Upgrade 4. So we get 3 inventory slots and conveyor belts, that's nice. So let's select that milestone. Looks like we need concrete, which is another resource we need to mine called limestone. And we can scan for that here now. Again, that's brought up with V key. I think there's one over there. Yeah, there's one here too. This one is slightly closer, I think. Okay. Okay, so let's make one of these first. And I realized that I don't have enough to make an equipment workshop anymore, so just gonna quickly get enough resources for that. Okay, so these are temporary. They're not gonna stay here. They kind of look weird and ugly. Let's do one of these. Oh, it's getting nighttime. Okay, then we're gonna place it on here. And he's gonna help me mine out. Okay, so I think that might be enough. Let me just do a quick check. Concrete. Concrete is a 3-to-1, so I need 30 pieces. That's more than 30. So I should be able to do that. Cables. Cables, 2 wires per cable. And 1 copper ingot makes 2 wires, so I need 20 copper ore. Oh, I have more than enough copper ingots though. And then 75 iron plates. It's a 3-to-2. So that means I need 76 crafts. I'm sorry. 76 iron plates. That's 38 crafts. So 38 times 3 iron or iron ingots. Okay, so in order to help me with that, I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple of smelters. Looks like I'm missing some wire, so let me just make a few. Oops. I also need some iron rods for that. Okay. Okay, so we're going for smelter. So this is going to be my first building. I need it close to this generator as well, since I guess I don't need it close to there. I'm just going to keep it close to there. Okay, so I'm going to just put it down right here. Boop. I'm going to make another one. And if you hold the control key, you see that there's a bright line that helps you align the buildings. And it'll be a lot nicer to align them. You see they're all different heights. It's a lot easier later when you have foundations, because you can build them on top of foundations. Okay, so I have the buildings. Let's open one up. In the interface here, you can select what material you want it to craft. Since it's going to take us some time to make some iron, I'm going to click iron there and it brings up this HUD. And in order to create the iron ingots, you can just shift click the iron ore in there. And once it receives power, it's going to start crafting. So let's go ahead and set that up. This is our only generator at the moment, and there's leaves in there. It just doesn't have any connections. And if you see on my bottom heads-up display there, if I press 1 and 2, I can select the power poles and power lines. It looks like the power poles need some concrete, which I don't have. So let me go ahead and make one, or make some. Okay, so that should be enough. So I'm gonna build one around here. And then I'm pressing 2. I'm gonna connect each of these machines. So I'm just left clicking on the machine and then left clicking on this power line. And that kind of consolidates those 3 wires into this one pole. And you can connect the pole to the generator. And you can see this light has now turned green. That means it's working. These ones are still red because I haven't set this up. So let me just quickly throw some iron in that one. And then same thing with this one. I'm just going to throw some iron in there. Okay, so it is a bit loud. Hopefully it's not too loud for you at home. But yeah, so that's going to be working on making the iron ingots. Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to try to make a constructor. Okay, it looks like constructors require this stuff. Reinforced iron plates. Reinforced iron plates, they need quite a few iron plates and some screws. Screws are made from iron rods. Okay, so I can make 2 plates. Done. Okay, so if the smelter helped you make ore into ingots, these constructors help you do tier 1 crafts. So let me just put them over here for now. Oh, it looks like I need more cables actually, so I'll be right back. Now we have the resources. Let's make that constructor. Boop. Okay, so these also require power, so I'm going to hook them up to another pole. I'm missing wire. Alright, so power pole. I think you might have noticed already, but they have a limit of 4 connections each. So if I'm going to connect this power pole to this one, you see I can't. And I need it to connect to this generator. So there's a little trick you can do, is if you have the power pole selected and you hover over a line, you can see how it snaps to that cable. If you click that, you can make it connect to make it an intermediate connection, pretty much. So I'm gonna put that one here. You can see that I didn't have to make a cable, or I didn't have to press 2 to connect this generator to this line, or this pole, nor did I have to spend cable to connect here to there. I think it does consume the cable, but it's like fewer operations, you know what I mean? Because otherwise you'd have to press F, deconstruct that line, and then make a pole and then connect them all up again. So it's a little bit easier that way. Let's connect this to the generator, and hopefully the generator can actually keep up. Oh, looks like it's out of fuel. So if you want to look here, the maximum consumption is 20 watts. In any case, I need help making these iron plates. So I'm going to select these iron plates again. So if you need to change the recipe, you can just come up here. You can see you can make quite a few things from the standard constructor. I'm going to just click this iron plate, and I need to provide it iron ingots. So if I just give these ones, you can see it's going to start making these iron plates for me. And I'm going to just send them into these. So they're going to help me make the plates. And we should just get up to hub upgrade number 4. So Looks like I need more concrete. Actually, I have just enough 10 for the upgrade. So let me work on the cables, because I don't have anything set up for those just yet. And once we get to hub upgrade 4, that's when we unlock conveyor belts, and that's where things start to get very interesting. Machines. Alright, so power grid shut down. It must have burned through all of my leaves, huh? So that's our first shutdown. It happens when either there's no fuel, so there's not enough power to run your machines, or if you exceed the production and consumption. So let's put more fuel in there. And it won't restart automatically. You'll see that there's this big lever that we need to pull to reset. Right. Oh, I got a achievement for that. It says fix a blown fuse. Okay, so let's grab this iron, these iron plates. Oh, it's shut down again. Okay, so I'm guessing that it just needs a lot more fuel. Yep, no fuel, so I'm gonna throw more leaves in there. And then I have to restart this fuse. Okay, so let's grab those plates. This must be more than 70 now. 75, I mean. Alright, so now that we have everything, let's just shift click them in here and I'll upgrade. Okay.
Hub upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
Okay, let's look at hub upgrade 5. So we have a miner mark 1, and storage containers and inventory slots for me. So this looks not too different from what we've already done. Let's go ahead and accept that. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab some of my limestone. This should be full up for concrete. So this will be more than enough. Let me just give that a quick check. Concrete. 3 to 1. So 100 is still enough. Okay, so these seem to have finished. Got me my iron plates. So I'm gonna reuse this now to make concrete, because I don't want to do that myself. For this one, I'm gonna reset that to do iron rods, and it needs some ingots to help it along. Okay, so you do that for me. And I'm pretty sure I need more copper in order to get those 50 cables. So I'm gonna run back to my copper mine over here. I have 101. Let's make that 114. Okay, so I'm gonna head back. Oh, there goes my power grid again. Fuel is an issue, so let me throw some more leaves in there. Alright, I believe I have everything. 75 rods, cables, and then 20 concrete. Perfect. Let's get that upgraded.
Hub upgrade 5, power expansion completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fixit pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern.
Existentialism.
This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 6.
Alright, so I got my biomass, an extra biomass burner now, so that should help. Hub upgrade 6. Oh, so it lets me build more biomass burners after I complete it. I get access to the space elevator. Okay, so that's quite a few materials. So let's go ahead and get that done. So one issue I've been running into, as you might have seen, is my fuel keeps depleting. So I'm gonna go run around a little bit and grab some leaves. So it's gonna be a second. This green part, which is now facing me, that's where the stuff comes out. And that's where you can connect the conveyor belts. So let me just build that on top of this node. You can see it snaps into place, so there's no real risk of you missing where the node is. And this guy also needs power. And what I like to do is I like to put a power pole where I can see it. You can see there's another node right there and another one over there. And I'm going to be connecting all of the miners that I build on those nodes to this one single power line as well, just to make it a little easier to manage. Okay, so this has no connection to the moment. I'm gonna make a new power line here. Looks like I'm missing an iron rod. Put one of these in there. This should start working over there. Okay. Alright, so along with that, I'm gonna make one of these a dedicated iron smelter. So I'm gonna dismantle that. That's the F key. I'm gonna take that smelter and put it back down over here. At the moment, I can't build any foundations, so these are just going to be temporary placements, so I'm not too concerned. You see this miner is filling up with iron ore. If I set this smelter to make iron ingots, I have to connect it to power as well, so let's just connect it to this line for now. If I press 3, you can see I'm building a conveyor belt. And there's a nice helpful visualization. There's a green arrows mean an output from a machine, and these orange ones are inputs to the machine. So since this outputs iron ore, and this needs iron ore, the input to this machine is iron ore, I can just connect these two like this. See, the iron ore is coming out of the miner and making its way into the smelter. The smelter is already configured, so as soon as the iron ore comes in, we should see iron ore pumping out here, and then you get iron ingots. Let's see if I have access to the containers. Yes, I do. So let's just complete that loop. Okay, so what you might want to do is put the outputs to this machine into a container, because once this gets to 100, it's going to stop. And if it is able to get rid of its internal inventory, it will keep crafting. Okay, this is very temporary. It's not neat or nice or anything like that, and I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to take another pole because I need to run power to this machine. Alright, and I need this to make me some iron plates. And the iron plates need iron ingots, and iron ingots are being stored in here. So I'm just going to send this conveyor belt from the storage into this machine. And once it starts to get those ingots, it's going to start making those plates. That's iron ore. Okay, so another storage container. And this container is gonna have quite a few iron plates in just a bit. Okay. Okay, so okay, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. A bit of a mess here. I ended up overloading the circuit. I just set up another miner, another smelter, and another constructor. This one's making iron rods. So slowly that'll accumulate over there. And I'll need 100 wire as well. So what I am going to do is I need to set up another thing similar to that over on the copper node over there. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're here at the copper ore node. I have a miner set up here. It's throwing its outputs into the smelter over there, and the constructor over there is configured for wires. Constructor takes 4 megawatts to operate. This smelter takes 4, and this big miner takes 5 megawatts. So in total it's 13 megawatts for that combination of 3 machines. And because I have 13 megawatts being used up there, 13 megawatts being used here, and another 13 on one iron node and 13 on another, that comes out to 39, right? And these biomass burners have a maximum output of 20 each, right? 20. So it's just under the maximum capacity. So the consumption is 39 and the capacity is 40. So if either of these stops working, the whole system shuts down. As for the concrete, I tore out the constructor over there, and because I'm pretty much at capacity and I don't have the ability to make more energy generation, I'm just gonna grab the limestone and just craft that all myself. I do need to wait anyway for I have to wait for everything to craft, but I have to go ahead and run back and throw some more biofuel in there. But it's gonna take me a couple minutes, so I'll just pause here and resume when I'm back online. Yeah, energy, especially in the beginning of the game, can be quite a bit of a challenge. Later on in the game, you'll start to get ways to automate energy generation, which will be nice. But till then, grab some leaves. Make sure all of your machines are running. Good stuff. Okay. So it's at 54 wires at this point. I'm gonna make sure I have this feeding into a storage container so it doesn't jam up. The miner is making 60 units of copper ore per minute, and the smelter can only consume 30 per minute. So you can see that this copper ore is actually accumulating here. Let's look at the throughput for this constructor. This constructor can use 15 copper ingots per minute, so this is by no means a super efficient setup. But I'm just gonna grab the excess. I'm pretty much at 100 now anyways. I'm gonna head back, and then hopefully I'm able to turn in this hub upgrade number 6. Back at the hub now, I had to pick up a couple more rods and plates because I used them up at the copper area. But we're pretty much ready to turn all of this stuff in. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Okay.
Hub upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Okay, so I think that's the end of the onboarding, as you would have seen. I now have access to the space elevator, and my power grid is down. But I think I'm going to call the episode here for today. It's just an introduction to the series anyway. If there's anything that you think I should be doing or any feedback, please let me know. But I think next time I'm going to try to build this space elevator, maybe 1 or 2 more milestones as well. But until then, thank you so much for joining me on today's video, and hope to see you again in the next one. Okay, bye bye.